Hey everyone, welcome to Crafty CreeAtions. Today I'm going to show you how to make a ribbon wreath on the Unique in the Creek small board. There's the Unique in the Creek small board. We're using three types of ribbon. I'm using this Scarecrow Ribbon 2.5 inch. I'm using this olive green with the white dots 1.5 inch. And I'm using this kind of burnt orange 1.5 inch ribbon. So I'm adding a flower center in the middle, and here's all the tools that I'll be using: scissors, nippers, and the needle nose pliers. You're going to be using 4-inch zip ties, and as well as these 6-inch zip ties to add to the board. First of all, I'm going to show you how to add your zip ties onto the small board. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check for the top. It's up here. All these holes up here, they're all together, all for them. The two in the middle is the one that are the two that I'll be adding the zip tie in. So when I add my zip tie in there, I make sure my zip tie is going into the hole and up from the other hole right beside it, just like that. And so there's going to be 16 zip ties. Okay, so all the 16 zip ties are added onto row 1. So now we're moving on to row 2, and we'll be adding 8 zip ties onto row 2. When you add your zip tie, look at the back. So the ones that are sitting single like a single, we're not using those. The ones that are sitting closer together is the ones that I'll be adding zip ties in. So row 2, 1 and 2 of zip ties is complete. So now we're moving on to row 3. So 8 zip ties is what we're adding on row 3. Rows 1, 2, and 3 are complete, and the next one we're working on is row 4, and we'll be adding in 8 zip ties on that row. So we'll be using all the holes. So rows 1, 2, 3, and 4 are complete in attaching our zip ties. So there is 40 zip ties on this small board. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cut up our ribbon. So all these ribbon that I'm using came from 50 yard row. So the main ribbon right here, the 2.5 inch ribbon, you'll need 220 inches of it. Ribbon 2, you'll need 240 inches. And ribbon 3, you'll need 160 inches. So 2.5 inch main color ribbon, you'll need 40 pieces, cut at 5.5. And the second color, you'll need 24 pieces, so cut at 10 inches. And the ribbon 3, you'll need 16 pieces. Okay, I hope you got that. It's kind of confusing, but I'll add all this into the description box on YouTube. What I did is just counted 40 pieces of 5.5 inches, and I zigzag them. So all this I'm gonna cut up. I usually cut this where it's folded, and I cut it into a V, dovetail it. So making sure my scarecrows are going up. I'll do a couple here for you. this one, make sure the heads are going up. Just like that. Get those ready. And we'll cut a 10-inch piece from here. So right here, where I folded it, that's 10 inches. So, but this one we cut on both ends. And so we'll make a couple of these, and we'll make a couple of the green as well. And just fold it and dovetail it. What I've been doing is I've been just cutting these like how they are now, and just cutting them half. I'm just showing you this way so you'll see what I mean. Let's do these, cut these up so you guys will see what I do. So to make things go faster, I just cut them up like 4 at a time. Just like that. Okay, there we go. So this is all done. That's what I'm going to be doing with this one as well. But these ones, I'll show you how to cut those ones as well here. So it's faster for me, and my ribbon are a little bit more precise. I think when I go zigzag, fold them on a zigzag. I cut these up. It's like where they're folded one by one. Both sides. I cut them up both sides. I can put the little heads, the scarecrow heads, on the same way, so I won't make a mistake with them. So I think that's it's a little time consuming making all these ribbon bundles, but at the end all your wreath will look nice and festive and very cheerful. Well, I'm gonna line these up right here. Line them up, and I dovetail them. It's just like that. And I'll do that with all of these. Let me show you the next step. All right, so the 10-inch, find a half. Okay, find a half, and you pinch it, flip it up, make sure they're the same. Okay, and you open these up a little bit, and now I'm gonna add this right in the middle. I'm gonna put this edge of the ribbon down right there where I think is the middle. You see now I matched this, and the olive green with the polka dots, the olive green with the polka dots. That's why I ended up using that ribbon. So here I'm gonna push these together, and you have this. I'm gonna add a rubber band right there. Okay, don't pull on these too hard, or else the rubber band will come loose. All you gotta do is just go in there, open those divots up, and you have your little ribbon bundle. So the zip tie, of course, is coming in there. Of course, it makes for a good stopper when we add it into the board. Just like that. And we cut that off. And the rubber band is stuck in that zip tie, so if it breaks, it's gonna stay in there. So grab this, find a half. Okay. Put these together. Find a rubber band. There we go. And we have our little ribbon tail. Grab our zip tie. Yeah, 40 of these we gotta make. And of course, like I said, they're very time consuming and very repetitive, but at the same time, it's very relaxing to make. Open those up. Okay, got made 2. Go. So all these 4 are done. Ribbon bundles. So let's start adding these ribbon bundles onto row 1. We'll need 16 ribbon bundles. Just add it in there with the zip tie inside the zip tie. Just like that. And as you go along, I'd like to, lift these up a little bit, spread the 1.5 inch ribbon a little bit wider. Just like that. Okay. So we'll go around cutting the zip tie tails. Okay, so we'll add 8 ribbon bundles on row 2 now. Different colored ones. We're using these ones. Okay. So when I make my ribbon bundles, I like to cut up the ribbon first. And then down here in my craft room, I cut it up. And then when I go upstairs, I make the ribbon bundles and watch a movie with my husband. That's usually my routine when I do ribbon bundles. So for this row here, you'd like to spread open the ribbons just like that. Spread open. And so the next row we'll be adding 8. So we're going back to the orange ribbon. Like I said, spread these open as well so we can have a good coverage of the board. Just like that. Okay, so now let's go around and cut those tails off. Okay, so now we're all moving on to the 4th row. So we'll need 8 in there. So now let's add in our flower center. This flower center measured out to be 5 inches, so it's just the perfect size for what we're doing here. So when we turn this around, you have those two holes right in the middle. That's where you can attach your sign or your flower center. Add that in there and find the hole. You gotta dig in through here if you're gonna use the middle two holes. All right, so there it is. Have our flower center. Make sure our ribbon are laying right. Okay, all right, let me turn this around and we'll attach. Stick that back into the hole, just like that. Grab our 6-inch zip tie. We're just gonna feed it through the holes right here and to make a hanger. All right, so there's our project. Our finished project for today. I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to subscribe and like Crafty CreeAtions. Thank you all for joining in. Bye.